Welcome to Future Downstream and 2 days of interesting discussions. My name is Carlos Maurer and I head the sectors in decarbonization at Shell. My job is to help our customers decarbonize, sector by sector. Today I will focus on 3 key trends in downstream: decarbonization, collaboration, and digitalisation. Before we begin, a word from our legal team. Today I'm going to gaze into my crystal ball and talk about the future. With that comes a lot of uncertainties, and I am obliged to share the following disclaimer notes with you. Please visit shell.com for more information. So back to today's topic: decarbonization, collaboration, and digitalization. Why these 3 trends? The disruption of COVID-19 has made all 3 more prominent and more essential. It is clear society expects a green recovery, one which involves significantly reducing the carbon footprint of the products and services we buy and the energy we consume. Collaboration has been critical to the pandemic response, allowing us to act more quickly and more effectively. And finally, digital solutions played a vital role in delivering business continuity. 2 or 3 years ago, these topics were certainly on our minds, but over the last 6 to 8 months, I cannot recall a single meeting when one or more of these topics did not dominate the agenda, not only during internal meetings, but when I met with customers like some of you. So let's start with decarbonization. Change is happening, and is happening fast. Why so fast? Well, it is because society is demanding this change. And it is not just society, it is governments and companies as well. In September, the United Nations reported that in less than a year, the number of governments and companies committing to become net zero has doubled. Government regulations play a vital role in accelerating the energy transition. Regulation and incentives lead to greater innovation, and in turn, this allows companies to more rapidly commercialize their low and zero carbon solutions. But it's not just about the pace of change. It is also about the scale of change. Every country, every sector, and every company. At Shell, we recognize the need for change. Within the downstream sector, we need to change ourselves. We need to reduce Scope 1 and 2 emissions, and we have a vital role in helping others accelerate the decarbonization journeys. So how we at Shell are responding to this challenge? In April of last year, we announced our ambition to be a net zero emissions energy company by 2050 or sooner, in step with society and our customers. Last month, we recognized the need to go further. Tackling climate change is an urgent challenge. It is not just about 2050, it is about what we do this year. Shell will contribute to a net zero world, a world where society stops adding to the total amount of greenhouse gas emissions in the atmosphere. We also support the more ambitious goal laid out in the United Nations Paris Agreement to limit the rise in average global temperature to 1.5 degrees Celsius. We will do this by reducing emissions from our operations and from the fuels and other energy products we sell to our customers. It also means capturing and storing any remaining emissions, using technology or balancing them with offsets. We are transforming our business and finding new opportunities. We will provide more low-carbon energy such as biofuels, hydrogen, charging for electric vehicles, and electricity generated by solar and wind. Most of our emissions come from the use of the energy we sell, so we must help our customers cut their emissions. Previously, we had committed to reducing the emissions from the energy products we produce and process ourselves. Now, we have also committed to reducing the emissions from the energy products that others have produced and that we then sell to our customers. So how we will get there? Of course, we have medium and long-term targets, but now we have short-term targets for each of the next 3 years. For example, for 2021, we have set a target to reduce our carbon intensity by between 2 and 3% compared to 2016. And we also realize that leaders will play a critical role in delivering these targets. So we have linked the pay of more than 16,500 senior staff to the target reduction for 2023. So how will we accelerate the energy transition? There are a number of factors at play here. First, we must address decarbonization sector by sector. Each sector will need a different approach. Second, we need to act now. We need pioneers, government and businesses who are willing to step up and deliver change. Third, government policy and greater alignment will be vital. Sectoral decarbonization will only happen if low and zero carbon choices are incentivized. It is crucial that decarbonization makes commercial sense. And finally, underlying all of this is collaboration. Talking about collaboration is easy. It is the doing that is harder. It is about changing behaviors and corporate cultures. It is about genuine collaboration from start to finish. It is about involving the different players within a sector's ecosystem. It is about identifying the web of interdependency within the sector. So what needs to happen? The players in the ecosystem need to come together. They need to put the goals of the sectors ahead of their own goals. At Shell, we're committed to be the partner for change. We know that no single company can develop all the solutions that are needed. I am inspired that more companies and organizations are committing to open collaboration. When we come together and focus on a common end goal, we will drive results. I want to share an example from the road freight sector. In fact, some of you may have heard of it. H2 Accelerate. It is a collaboration to build out hydrogen trucking at scale across Europe. Daimler Truck, Iveco, Volvo, OMV and Shell have all committed to working together. There is a phased plan with clearly identified and measurable deliverables. There is also a common belief that synchronized investments are needed to support the mass market rollout of hydrogen trucks. Three attributes stand out for me. First, multiple players like truck manufacturers and fuel retailers have come together to achieve a common goal. Second, we have a plan with specific identified results. This means society can hold us to account. And finally, we have identified the need for synchronized investment. This is how we will overcome the chicken and egg challenge, the common barrier when major transitions are required. Before I explore the role of digital, I want to share some insights from our recent research with Deloitte into the road freight and shipping sectors. As part of the research process, we run regional workshops. We use this collaborative environment to bring together different players from across the ecosystem. Together, they identified a roadmap of solutions. With the road freight sector, of course, there were differences of opinions. But there was a clear consensus that road freight is close to a tipping point to decarbonize, and that it will happen faster than most expect. There was also strong alignment that battery electric and hydrogen will be the two zero-emission technologies. And there is a real sense of urgency. To meet the Paris Agreement in a growing sector, the common view is that zero-emission trucks need to start being deployed at scale by 2030. Our shipping and road freight research identified a strong consensus about the importance of common policy frameworks. Regulations and incentives are vital levers to drive change. There needs to be an alignment within the sector. This will result in a clear policy ask that will accelerate the change that is needed. Of course, the need for a common policy framework is also clearly seen in other sectors like aviation. And that leads me on to my third trend, digitalisation. The participants from both sectors identified digital as a way to drive change today. Digital technologies will play a key role in the transition to a lower carbon future. They help optimize energy efficiency. They also enable more effective monitoring of greenhouse gases. The future of the energy system will be clean and net zero. The combination of AI and digital technologies will help unlock these energy solutions. Our digital solutions for customer experience and loyalty may be more advanced, but there is a strong and growing focus to unleash digital's potentials to accelerate the energy transition. Digital can help deliver efficiency, and in some cases that efficiency means lower fuel consumption, and therefore lower emissions. In shipping, for example, we have successfully deployed digital solutions to improve the draft and the trim of a vessel, as well as optimize its arrival time at the port. Both have helped to reduce emissions. And in the world of road freight, we have tackled one of its major challenges: minimizing empty runs. Last year we invested in InstaFreight, a digital logistics leader in Germany. We have now just engaged them to optimize our own lubricant supply chain in Europe. InstaFreight will organize the transportation of Shell lubricants from our blending plant in Germany to Shell warehouses all across Europe. They will optimize routes via road and rail transport, and we are looking for this technology solution to help us cut up to 50% of this transport CO2 emissions. As to be expected, there is a lot of interest in how data can help reduce emissions. Data can help business better understand how their equipment is operating, and with this information, a company can then work out how to make the piece of equipment operate more efficiently. Take MachineMax, a digital venture that we incubated at Shell. MachineMax uses sensors attached to equipment and mobile data to help businesses analyze and improve the efficiency of their equipment. And when it comes to data, the holy grail is predictive maintenance. Avoiding downtime and ensuring peak performance of equipment can lead to reduced emissions. We combine our decades of experience in lubricant testing with artificial intelligence to develop Shell Remote Sense. It uses sensor data and advanced analytics to deliver insights about the conditions of lubricants in machinery. This allows companies to catch potential problems before they cause damage to their equipment or reduce their efficiency. Collaboration also has a role to play in the digital world. Last year we joined forces with IBM to launch Orin, the first digital marketplace for the mining sector. The marketplace offers vetted digital solutions from trusted enterprises as well as innovative startups. Orin allows different sellers to come together to develop integrated solutions. For example, we are currently working with 4 different companies to develop an integrated offering that will help mines better manage one of their main sustainability issues, dam tailings. Another example of a digital partnership is with Kongsberg and the deployment of digital twins. The digital twin solution provides operators a virtual representation of the physical elements such as equipment and instruments. Then it overlays dynamic behavior of an asset over its life cycle. Shell is deploying digital twins so operators can better understand and predict the performance of their machines, as well as to optimize the operational performance of an entire facility. Real-time controls helps achieve more consistent and optimized process operations. Then, by setting things closer to operating limits, it is able to help lower energy consumption. I hope that over the next 2 days you are inspired by the need to collaborate, that you take action to join us or to join others to deliver the energy transition. I would like to leave you with a quote from Henry Ford, a visionary who played such a pivotal role in shaping our downstream world. Coming together is a beginning. Keeping it together is progress. Working together is success. Henry Ford nails it. True collaboration only comes with action. Now it is the time for us to work together, to act and not just talk, to deliver and not just commit. It is what society, rightfully so, expects of us. Thank you.